Welcome to the Ajera year-end session on printing forms W-2 and W-3 in Ajera. This short video walks you through the process of preparing and printing the forms in Ajera. This instructional video will cover the process for the preparation and printing of Form W-2 and Form W-3 in Ajera. The dates used in this video may reflect previous years. Please use the appropriate dates to reflect current year end. The preparation and printing of Forms W-2 and W-3 is done using items in the Company submenu and the Government Forms submenu. The Government Reporting submenu is found in the Reports column. Employers provide the W-2 form to employees at the beginning of each year to report the employee's annual income and withholding for the previous year. Ajera supports printing W-2 and W-3 forms on plain paper or e-filing. You can print it as a single sheet, 2 forms per page, 3 up, or 4 up. Use the W-3 form to transmit copy A of Form W-2 to the IRS when not filing electronically or on magnetic media. The first step is to review your pays, taxes, deductions, and fringes to make sure they are set up correctly. All of these can be found within the payroll area of the company submenu. Select the pay items to open the pays list. Select the first pay you want to check and edit the pay. These will typically be pays you have created in Ajera. Verify that all the information for the pay is correct. This would include any exempt statuses for either the employee or employer. Also, if you marked that the pay was to be reported in W-2 boxes 10 through 20, make sure it has a description. Otherwise, you will show a dollar amount on the W-2 without an identifying description. Continue this for all pays that need to be checked. If corrections are made and the payroll numbers need to be updated, refer to the year-end FAQ document to find the procedure of correcting this. When you are finished checking the pays, close the list and move on to checking the taxes. You will follow a similar procedure for checking the taxes as you did for checking the pays. Check to make sure all information is correct. For example, wherever applicable, the appropriate W-2 form boxes are selected and the W-2 box description is entered. If it's a local tax, verify that it is associated with Box 18 or 19 Local 1 or Box 18 or 19 Local 2 and is identified by a description in the W-2 box description field. If the W-2 box description is blank, it appears on the W-2 form as an amount without an identifying description. When you have finished checking for correctness, close the tax information window and move on to the next tax to check. When you have checked all the taxes, close the list and move on to the deductions. If you find that any of these taxes were not set up correctly or inadvertently changed throughout the year, refer to the Year-End Resource Center on how to adjust the amounts for tax purposes. Select the deductions item to open the deductions list and select the first deduction you want to check and edit the deduction. Verify if all the correct checkboxes are checked and the GL accounts are correct. Repeat the procedure for each deduction to make sure the settings are correct. If you find that any of these deductions were not set up correctly or inadvertently changed throughout the year, refer to the Ajera year-end FAQs in the Resource Center on how to adjust the amounts for tax purposes. After you have completed checking all the deductions, close the list and move on to fringes. Follow the same procedure to check the fringes as you have used for the other payroll items. Select the fringes item to open the fringes list. Select the first fringe you want to check and edit. Follow the same procedure to check the fringes as you have used for the other payroll items. Verify that all GL accounts are correct. Wherever applicable, confirm that the appropriate W-2 form boxes are selected and the W-2 box description is entered. Check the rate entered and the calculation method. When you are finished checking the fringe, click the Close button to return to the fringe list. Repeat the procedure for each fringe to make sure the settings have been made correctly. If you find that any of these fringes were not set up correctly or inadvertently changed throughout the year, refer to the Ajera year-end FAQs in the Resource Center on how to adjust the amounts for tax purposes. After you have completed checking all the fringes, move on to the next step, which is printing the W-2 forms. Access the W-2 form by the Reports column, then the Government Reporting sub-menu. You can only print to plain or perforated plain paper. You can also choose to e-file the W-2 forms. Select the print option, choose the form or copy wanted, make sure to use the correct year, select the print order, select the state to print from the list if needed. Only one state at a time can be selected. Leave the state blank if printing for federal W-2 forms. If any local taxes need to be included, select them in the appropriate box. The W-2 can be printed for one employee at a time or for all employees that meet the other requirements. If you select the e-filing option, there are no choices to make for the form type or copy. Complete any needed information before sending the W-2 forms electronically. When ready to e-file the information, select the Send button. You will be taken to the NELCO website. To use this method, you will need to set up an account with NELCO. There is a fee associated with this service. When choosing to print the W-3 form, follow the same process as with the W-2. When ready, click the Print button to open the W-3 information window. Fill in the information that pertains to your company. When all information is complete, click the OK button to print the form.